Nelson Mandela and why he is a hero. Nelson Mandela and why he is a hero. Aleem Hussein.
Good afternoon, Coach Masters, Toastmasters, and honored guests. Before I tell you who inspires me, let me ask you guys a few questions. Have we ever sat down and thought, what's a hero? How are heroes created? Let me tell you one thing. I've sat down and thought that too. And I got up and thought, heroes don't just wear capes. Heroes can pick things up. Heroes can elevate things. And that's exactly the motto. Now, we also think, is there such thing as a perfect person? Is there such thing as a perfect human being? That's why I draw the line. Because, let's be honest guys, no one's perfect. We all crawl, we walk, and we run. That's the stage of life. That's how we gain the core memory. Now, who inspires me? This man was a South African, first black president. He fought a racial segregation called apartheid for 27 years, and he went and imprisoned himself for that reason, just to save his country and just to show the world globally that if I can do it, you can do it too. This man goes by the name of Nelson Mandela. Now, Nelson Mandela had fought this racial segregation called apartheid. Apartheid was a law enforced in South Africa, despite people of different colors to not enter South Africa. Nelson Mandela sat down and was like, no, I don't want this to happen. I want to change South Africa. This is where I was born, and people along here shouldn't also be treated this way. So he sat down, he protested, and said, if I'm going to do this alone, I'm going to do this with style. He marched along the whole of South Africa, telling people, how are we letting this happen to us? Let's fight for good rights. So then, the government told him, you need to stop doing this protest. This is the law. He said, no, I'm going to keep going. I'm a leader. So then, he said, if you guys aren't going to cooperate with the, let me rephrase that. If you guys aren't going to let this law go, I'm going to be the one to stop it. So he went 27 years in jail to show everybody in South Africa that I want to help you guys. I want to be you guys' role model. He eventually came out of jail and became the first black president of South Africa. This was due to his leadership. This was due to his good morals. This was due to the person who he was. This is his character. He had this very famous quote, and it was called, education is the best weapon to change the world. Now let me summarize it for you guys. Education, when we think of education, we think of IQ, intelligence, smart, right? And then when we think of a weapon, it's a source, right? So let's put it together now. Being smart and mentally strong is a good source to change the world. And that's what he wanted to do. The whole of South Africa looked at him as their idol, as their role model. Then when he came out of jail, everybody was chanting, everybody was happy. Everybody was like, this is our new president. He's helped us. He's given us the rights to walk around South Africa not being racially discriminated. Let me give you guys another quote Nelson Mandela said. Education can break the cycle of poverty and inequality. And that's true. Because without education, how are we supposed to know how to plus 2 and 2? How are we supposed to put things together? How are we supposed to know these things? With that, it makes us powerful. So he wanted to give that message to not only South Africans, people globally. And he did that. Now, in 1993, Nelson Mandela won this award called the Nobel Peace Prize. This prize was because when he came out of jail, becoming the first black president, he wanted to give a message that being peaceful is what we need. It's not always about revenge. It's peace over revenge. And that's what we wanted to give. And that's what we needed. God bless.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aleem. Please have a moment of silence now for our judges to tally their votes.